So, parents from coast to coast are scrambling to find baby formula as a result of a nationwide shortage. A recent report from Data Assembly shows 43% of the top-selling products are out of stock in stores across the country. The shortage is causing a great deal of concern for new parents who are unable to purchase or even switch products over fears for their infant's health. So we want to bring in Professor Peter Pitts for us to talk a little bit more about this. He is the president and co-founder of the Center for Medicine in the Public Interest and the former associate commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
All right, let's talk about this because we have actually been learning more about formula over the last few days. I think a lot of people are. The FDA says that it's doing everything that it can, right, to improve the nation's baby formula shortage. What does that entail? How do you get more baby formula when we're talking about supply chain issues, when it comes to ingredients, when we're talking about the shutdown of a plant? What can be done?
Well, first of all, this is not a supply chain issue. The reason that we have a shortage of baby formula is because the FDA shut down, and appropriately so, a major manufacturer of baby formula, and it's a consolidated industry. There are not a lot of manufacturers. When you take one piece out of the Jenga puzzle, it all falls down.
It's been shut down for a while, though, hasn't it?
They shut it down in February because they found very lax safety protocols, all sorts of problems. They did exactly the right thing, full stop. This is Abbott's fault. They had lax standards, and that's not acceptable with baby formula. The only thing worse than a shortage of baby formula is substandard baby formula. What the FDA didn't do was communicate to parents as early as possible. There might be some issues here. Be prepared. Don't freak out. Talk to your pediatrician about alternatives. That's on the FDA. But the good news is the FDA is allowing Abbott to resume manufacturing. Abbott right now is bringing in baby formula from its FDA-approved manufacturing plants in Ireland. Other manufacturers are ramping up their production. So we'll limp through this, and probably in about 4 to 6 to 10 weeks, it'll be back to normal. But the bigger issue is there are other products within the FDA's portfolio of supervision, drugs as well as food, that are consolidated. And the FDA needs to come up with a plan B for when one of these facilities goes down. It doesn't need to be a regulatory shutdown. It could be a storm or an earthquake.
When you say consolidated, what do you mean?
These are only a few manufacturers.
Okay. And
of course, then you've got the whole issue of foreign sourcing. So as Congress begins to hold these hearings, the issue isn't to place blame. The blame is squarely placed on the manufacturer, Abbott, unfortunately. The issue is the FDA needs to identify what these products are, come up with a plan for if a major manufacturer goes down, and be prepared next time we weren't prepared.
Why wouldn't the United States then perhaps buy baby formula from our partners in Europe, for example, or European manufacturers?
Well, you can certainly do that. The problem is you want to buy baby formula from regulatory authorities that the FDA has closer relationships with. Health Canada certainly at the top of that list. You also can't suck baby formula out of Europe and have them have shortages. We're a large country.
But the phenomena of only having a couple of manufacturers in this country is one that you see in, like, for example, in the European Union.
Yes. This is a worldwide phenomenon. This is a low-margin, high-volume business. And when one of the pieces of the supply chain goes down, when the manufacturers are shut down, these are these are problems that you can easily predict and lead solutions.
So then it's not just a question, because we did have a doctor, you spoke to a doctor in your 7 a.m. show that suggested that perhaps it was certain name brands that were not available, but others, local store brands, might be more available. But if the manufacturers if there's only a couple of manufacturers, I'm guessing that they probably sell that baby formula to a bunch of different companies who market it under different names, inclung the CBS brand or the Target brand.
They're white labeling. And baby formula is hard to make, and you can't skimp on any step of the process. Quality is absolutely crucial. So one of the things to warn parents of is don't try to make your own formula. Don't dilute your formula. Don't go online and buy from people who say they've got your product counterfeit, substandard, expired. Right. Who knows? And I'll tell you, there are people online now who are price gouging on baby formula, and I think they should be hung up by their thumbs.
Wow. I think that's really good advice, because I think that people might be prone to getting creative, and so the advice is don't worry. Well, you're going to get the stuff on the store shelves. In the meantime, what?
The problem is being solved. There is baby formula to be had for new parents. Talk to other new parents. See if you can share supply. At the top of the list, clearly, talk to your pediatrician. Don't do anything until you get the okay from your doc.
Yeah.
Pharmacists are a great source, and if you live near a local hospital, they oftentimes also have a formula on stock.
Yeah, free samples and stuff like that. Often you can get. So it's all good advice. Thank you,
Professor Peter Pitts. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.